Both teams now looking ahead to their 4th pick. So, mid and safe lane needed for Vici. Mid and off lane needed for Aster. And it's going to be Luna here for Vici. Okay. It's a very classic paparazzi hero. But, I mean, it gives you more lockdown. It's definitely team fight oriented, which is something that you guys are looking at. They still need a relatively strong mid. And Aster, I mean, this is a lot to steal here for Rubik.
Vici Gaming's turn to bat.
And they go to the Darkseer. So Darkseer, Rubik, Jug, Tusk. We'll see how well this Darkseer does. As, I mean, it could be okay here. The wall should be nice against the Luna.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I wonder about these last bans as both teams are looking for mids. Obviously, OD still in the ballpark. We saw Medusa. DK available. Timber saw Puck. Puck, or Medusa gets banned. We'll see what Team Aster go to as their final ban, as they have the first of the 5th pick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So 30 seconds left. Probably would like to save a little bit of that for the pick eventually. Although, they've got both the pick and the ban back to back. We'll see if this is the OD ban or if they're going to, in fact, pick the OD.
Dire team pick.
And they ban the Pugna. So let's see what this mid is going to be.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
And there it is. There's the OD. So now you've got the OD, Darkseer, Rubik, Jug, and Tusk. Should be, if it's going to be mid-Mushi, it should be Mushi on the OD. With Exorcist on the Darkseer, which is one of his best heroes. Probably Bobica on the Rubik, Jug played by Sylar, and Fenrir on the Tusk. Leaving us with Vici needing something over mid, and it's going to be the Puck for them. So, nothing out of the ordinary. So that'll put Ori on the Puck, Paparazzi on the Luna, Yang here on the 3 position, Doom, Fade playing that Earth Spirit, DY on the Grimstroke, and game 1 about to be underway here. This is game 1 of a best of 3. We'll see who qualifies for the 2nd slot in the minor to join Royal and Never Give Up.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, just waiting for it to hit off in this strategy time. I like what Vici's bringing to the table, although Aster's lineup, I don't know. If Mushi could play the way he did in the first series yesterday, then I think Aster should look okay. They've got some decent lockdown. Their team fight's really good. With XSS coming through, Vacuum Wall. You'll have Sanity's Eclipse on top of that. If Sylar can find farm, Fenrir and Bobica are going to move around quite a bit, I believe. It's a good Rubik game for sure. But we'll see who ends up taking it all.
Prepare for battle.
In terms of what Vici have, I mean, their team fight's nice with the Dream Coil as well as the Eclipse, obviously. Doom, we'll see how aggressive Yang's going to be able to get. As, you know, when he has that hoof stomp, probably going for a Blink Dagger eventually. He's already got the Bracer as well as the Midas queued up. That level 4 Infernal Blade tends to be quite a nuisance. Although at times I've seen Dooms recently where they get this Blink Dagger and they have that first Infernal Blade, but from there that's it.
"30 seconds to battle."
So it comes down to positioning, how these fights are going to go off for Vici. So here we go.
The battle begins.
They pressure over top, and DY will get it. Tag team also does get used by Fenrir. I mean, that puts it on a 20-second cooldown. Nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, Paparazzi will sit back and try to block these creeps. As will XSS, who's obviously gone into the Ion Shell. So again, we'll have to see how these lanes end up progressing. As XSS will actually just put the Ion Shell on himself. It's just Yang against XSS 1v1 for right now. As it's a tri-lane for both teams over towards top, and we'll see how they play this out because Rubik's actually going to be pushed away. DY missing the Stroke of Fate. Missing that Stroke of Fate could have definitely been an opportunity to get a kill, but you've got 3 heroes here for both sides still. Fenrir does have tag team, so you want to be careful with this one. As he goes after DY, the Fade Bolt will be thrown. The Stroke of Fate hits onto 2. Boulder Smash on top of that, but not nearly enough damage for either side just yet. Constantly throwing out these Strokes of Fate. DY's only got 1 mango so far. I mean, not a lot of mana regen to continue to harass with this Stroke of Fate. And there it is. That's all she wrote. And the question becomes, what do you do with this? If Fenrir's able to get himself level 2, find a tag team with shards that land, you could be in a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, bottom, I mean, XSS is getting harassed by Yang with the level 2 and the Infernal Blade. He's also picked up Thunderclap, so, I mean, that Infernal Blade with the % damage, as well as having that Thunderclap, can definitely serve to be an issue here for XSS. Shards, they land. Stroke of Fate lands on 2, and a great save there by Fate. It'll probably be his life, and will be. But to get Paparazzi out alive, that is incredibly huge. Infernal Blade. Yang coming in with the Thunderclap again, but again, now out of mana. Let's take a look over mid. Got Mushi here at 14 and 5 to the 11 and 2 of Ori. Not much happening, as actually what's surprising me more for Aster is the fact that Bobica and Fenrir found themselves so stationary in this lane. They make moves early. The Boulder Smash rocks across 3 of these heroes. The Blade Fury actually splits the seam on these three heroes as well. Rolling Boulder, Bobica dead, the Lucent Beam, Paparazzi back to farming as he gets that kill. And there's one in return here for Vici. So, I mean, a good kill there. As OD, Mushi, low. Oof.
Radiant's middle tower
That was
is under
so
attack.
close. The Waning Rift with the silence, having the Illusory Orb level 2. A lot of pressure being put onto Mushi, where Uri's starting to finally feel comfortable and evening it up in terms of the CS. So Mushi needs to be careful. The Illusory Orb that clips him could be putting him, well, maybe even dead. And it will be the regen rune picked up immediately. And Mushi, now the jaunt over with the phase shift. They've got the Astro Imprisonment. So he'll pop the salve and stay alive, and that will mean that there's no kill mid, and we'll miss the kill over top, expecting one. So, of course,
Bottom tower is under attack.
you've got XSS on this Darkseer who is creep cutting. They'll bring over the Earth Spirit to maybe put an end to this, as Paparazzi is hit level 2. So only got one in the Lunar Blessing and one in the Lucent Beam, and Inkswell on top, but well, Sylar wasn't involved in it, and the Blade Fury right on top of Paparazzi gets the kill. So the second you move that Earth Spirit out, he ends up moving. He does get the kill on XSS.
That should help.
So the rotation ends up being worth it in that sense, but losing Paparazzi is definitely not something you want to see. And now over mid, they place the ward down. I mean, they're going to see Mushi, who just placed that Astro Imprisonment, so Fade should be able to come in. And if he's not too careful, he could find himself dead, but the Rolling Boulder is a little bit late. And that is not a spot for Ori to make an entrance. So Yang, meanwhile, he's already level 6. Has 2 into the Infernal Blade, 3 into the Devour. And obviously 1 into that Doom. The Doom more worth it when Soulbind is up, but the Grimstroke only level 3. Meanwhile, we take a look at XSS. There's 45 and 1.
Invisibility.
He's got the bottle. He's got the soul.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So you take a look, as it is again Yang sitting atop of the net worth, and this is something we've seen Yang do in the past. Obviously, last time it was with a CK, and that's where things really started to hit the fan for the side of room 310. But you've got Doom, who already has this Midas. So he's got the Devour, he's got the Midas. Tag team comes out, but the Doom's going to be placed down on XSS. The chase is on. They want the Rolling Boulder. Actually, their target was XSS. They might have to settle here for Fenrir. XSS coming over, and as is Bobica, they are not going to actually find anything, and they'll both salve and back off. So Doom goes down. That's on XSS. It doesn't find anything. XSS is also level 7. He's got wall, but he doesn't have vacuum, and Bobica's actually made the rotation over. Now, Puck comes in as well. This is a Dream Core on all 3. Oh no, Aster getting baited in hard. And they lose Fenrir and XSS, and that is very much worth it with the movement from Ori.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4-3 in favor of Vici. I mean, Ori coming down at the right time. That was the perfect move there. And unexpected by Team Aster, who were trying to set up with 3 heroes. So XSS back to farming. He's just about level 8. Yang's hit level 8, just about level 9. He's got this Midas working away for him. And he's got Doom up in 48 seconds. Meanwhile, the Grimstroke still working on that 6. He's only 4.5 for the moment. And that's Smoke coming out. Fade and DOI, let's see what they're able to do. The Dream Coil comes in with a Rolling Boulder to follow it up the Waning Rift. And now they've got the Ink Swell on top of that. So the Suns come out with the Silences to get the kill on Amushi. Another one there for Vici. Make it 5-3. And Ori involved in yet another at 0-3. Ori right now, 003, Secret Agent Man. Getting close to that 007. The Rolling Boulder comes out again, and DY gets it. Another assist, 004. Mushi now comes in. They land perfect shards to lock in DY. That's going to be a quick, painful death there for DY. There it is. Doom's back up. They pick up the Bracer. Has Phase Boots ready. Midas in a second. Come on. Can't give me that passive Midas. There we go. Some efficiency. TP's over towards top. You've got Boboka here with Fenrir as well as Sour. The Inksoul's going to be used immediately. Sounds coming out from the Juggernaut. The Rolling Boulder. No, not yet. That was actually the Snowball that followed it up. They've got the Stroke of Fate as well as the Silence. That's going to hit on the Sour. Finally use that Blade Fury to try and get away. Ori following it up. They've also got the rotation coming in from Yang as well as Paparazzi. As now the Doom comes in onto the OD. This should be an easy kill with a Waning Rift on top of it. They only get the kill onto the support Grimstroke for, well, the OD, which is nice. Did cost them the Doom, did cost them the Dream Coil, but they are well worth it to still stymie this OD.
That should help.
So, things are going well. They don't have Doom for another 2 minutes. By then, you're hoping that DY has level 6, and he'll begin to stack here for his Luna.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
Want to get those stacks in. Want to make sure that your Luna, well, not having the best of times right now. Paparazzi has a way to back up, especially once grabbing that Mask of Madness. Boboka here, so Yang needs to be a little bit careful. He gets the Midas off, going straight into the BKB. But now the Rolling Boulder comes over. Ori's going to have himself the Waning Rift with the Boulder Smash coming in. And there's the Illusory Orb to finally get Ori a kill. The Dream Core is going to be placed down on top of Fenrir. Shards for nothing. And he will end up dying as well. It's a double kill finally here for Ori as the chase is on from Yang. The Rolling Boulder once again. XSS is already far enough away. So Yang is able to push him back, and they get 2 kills. So 2,000 net worth lead right now for Vici, where again they are benefiting from a great laning stage, and DY just adding to it while grabbing these stacks here for the Luna. Sylar continuing to farm. He's got the Yasha. He's got himself Phase Boots. He's sitting at about 5,500 net worth. but still behind Yang by quite a big margin. And now StarLadder comes over. The Blade Fury is used immediately, so that's going to put him in a little bit of trouble because he'll have the Geomagnetic Grip, but the Snowball comes through. There's the Soulbind. Doesn't land onto the Jug the way he would like, because that would have been a silence with the Phantom's Embrace. And unfortunately, this is starting to fall apart for Vici, who got a little bit over their heads. And they lose Fade, they lose DY. Soulbind the first time around whiffs. And Vici, or he will escape, but they give right back that 2,000 net worth advantage they had.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
So Yang now has a Blink Dagger. He had the BKB queued up. Coming over will be XSS. You look at how much damage that Inferno Blade does. He's got the Blink Dagger, so he can chase on this for a while. The Inferno Blade's actually sitting here at level 4. He just chases down XSS. There's no Omni Slash available for StarLadder, who should be careful. Another Inferno Blade gets him quite low with Paparazzi inbound. Meanwhile, Ori gets the kill onto the Tusk. StarLadder gets the healing word out, but will the tower even be saved? And that's a quick no. Rubik has Stroke of Fate, but he's silenced. Inkswell with the blink forward. Inferno Blade. And, well, he had it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now it's gone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So 12-7 in favor of Vici. Back to that 2,000 net worth lead. Jug saving himself up 1,500 net worth. And you've got this Mask of Madness here for Paparazzi, who soon enough should be ready to take that stack. It will, in fact, be the BKB next for Yang as the smoke comes out from Fade and Yang. Trying to make another play here as the pipe is picked up for XSS. Yang coming over, he's got the blink of the Inferno Blade, but this time around he actually doesn't have the Doom. Snowball comes across as Yang blinks over, but he's going to be stunned up by the Snowball. It's not going to matter. The Walls Crunch comes down to the Paparazzi with the Blade Fury right on top of him. They'll look over at StarLadder. There's the Inkswell looking at the OD. The Walls plays down. The Soulmine comes down to the 2, but it's not going to be the silence just in. They finally get the Phantom's Embrace in, but the Magnetize on top of Vici, not going to do enough. They'll finally take out DY, but he's the only one who's dead. They've lost StarLadder. They've lost the Tusk. Coming over is going to be Mushi. He's got no sanities as it was used earlier in this fight. They look for the kill on the Yang. They need to catch up. There's the Surge. Illusory Orb over. Inferno Blade comes out. Yang blinks away. He's escaping. Mushi can't catch him. Yang makes his escape. As Gwen Stefani once called it, the Great Escape.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ends up being a 2-for-1. That was StarLadder going down. And Aster now 4,000 net worth behind. And finally, Paparazzi will take these stacks with a healthy end. So Paparazzi investing wisely in his supports. That is a nice little markup there. Return on investment's quite nice. Level 11.
Bounty.
Sitting here going for the Mantis style. Have that Yasha inbound. So this ward just spots StarLadder, but they don't come over just yet. They've got 3 heroes here over top for the side of Vici. Paparazzi continuing to farm, making up that deficit. Now sitting second on the net worth. Meanwhile, again, you've got Yang coming through. The Dream Coil will get used. The Doom comes out. Now there's nowhere to run if your name is XSS, because the Inferno Blade comes in, and you will get hit one more time. Yang gets another kill. That's a mega kill spree for him. And XSS on this Darkseer has been able to do absolutely nothing. This has all of a sudden become a 7,000 net worth lead. Net worth lead for Vici. Yang has just increased his net worth tenfold. He's got this Midas. He's going into the BKB. Almost 12,000 net worth for him already. 18 minutes into the game, he is doing so much for the side of Vici, and the game has opened up for Paparazzi leaps and bounds from where he was earlier in this game. I mean, he's now ahead of StarLadder, who died in that last engagement. He's going for the Manta style, as is Paparazzi, but meanwhile, the OD is going to be taken out because he's silenced up the run. Actually, I say that, I Aster's curse myself. No, the BKB comes over the Aster imprisonment. Yang should be able to stay here under the tower. StarLadder stays nearby, but the Inferno Blade comes out. There's the Omni-Slash, goes to the back line, so they're going to lose 3 heroes here as Fenrir goes down, as well as Bobica. The vacuum wall is going to be on all 5 of these heroes. But the Inkswell comes in. Excess has his stunned up. The Illusory Orb over the top. They'll get the kill. 4 heroes gone on Aster. Nobody dead on the side of Vici. And yes, they see a tier 2. It looks right. It's ready for the picking. And Vici move forward.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
19-8, 11,000 net worth lead here for Vici.
Dire are scanning.
This has been absolutely amazing. StarLadder actually has his TP on cooldown. Needs to be careful. That BKB's down to 9 seconds, but well worth it. He's going into the Shiva's guard next. Meanwhile, Paparazzi's about to have this Manta style. Swell out on top, going out for Fenrir. They've got the rolling boulder, but it's not even going to be needed, or he gets yet another kill.
That should help.
Pick up these bounty runes on top of it. Yang doesn't need those. He's got a Midas. But obviously, he doesn't need to be the one who picks those up. Paparazzi getting this top lane to himself. He's going to be going into the butterfly next. At this point, I mean, you've got 3 heroes sitting here on top of the net worth for the side of Vici, where Aster, and their map's restricted. There's not really much place that they can find themselves staying alive and feeling comfortable to farm. Right now it's bottom because top's getting pushed by Paparazzi. You gotta expect that some of the teams over there as well. Yang's over here just using that Midas, continuing to go after the Shivas. I mean, seriously, this has been an absolute farm fest for Yang at 15,000 net worth 21 minutes in. And he's the one making the decision to go into Roche. You wanted to move this guy to the 4 position. You wanted to put in aggressive into the 3 to take over for Yang. I mean, this is what you're missing. This is what is proving that kind of decision wrong. To me, it never made sense. And that is why it lasted so short. I mean, look at Yang. Game after game, sitting at top of the net worth, carrying Vici, carrying the cores to an open farm game where they can come back and start to play progressively and go for these towers and these objectives. This is all off the back of Yang. Fenrir, take a look at Aster, because I feel like they're missing so much as the Rubik's going to go down to Ori, who started at 0-0-4, but is now 7-0-9. XSS He's got a pipe. That's about it. I mean, 2,500 gold. He's got to make something of that soon. And then you've got a BKB soon here for Mushi. But what else? A 4-staff. That's it. You're telling me Mushi only has a 4-staff and going into a BKB next? And that's going to be enough against this Vici lineup? There's just no chance. And you take a look at the Jug, who is now going into a Maelstrom with the Manta style and the phase boots, but even that, I just don't see it being enough. Ags will be soon for the puck, so that BKB will be soon being worthless just about. Mushi has to be careful here, sitting mid. He's sitting one spot for too long, and that is gonna, you know, become a problem. Vici play that kind of aggression.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm gonna go after this last outer tower.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The BKB's picked up for the OD, but it's also picked up for Paparazzi, and then the puck only 1,500 gold away here from getting himself an axe, making that BKB possibly worthless real quick in terms of the Dream Coil. Rolling Builder comes out. Now they're going to look over at Bulbaka, who's going to be immediately cleaned up with the silence coming out. The Ink Soul is going to be placed on top of Yang, but the Snowball, nice dodge coming in. But now the Astro Imprisonment as well as the Dream Coil coming out on 3 of these heroes. The Eclipse is going to be following it up. They've got the Sanity's Eclipse. That's dropped down. The Soulbind comes out. That's going to be 3 heroes dead. Actually, 4 heroes dead now, as they've got the buyback coming through from the Darkseer. XSS can only do so much. He can only just watch as Sylar comes in from the side, and you've still got everybody here for Vici. Vici move over. Yang, Blink, Infernal Blade. Sylar on the run. He's trying to get out of there with a Manta Style to get this escape. The tier 3 is gone, and now they go after the rats.
Dire's bottom barracks is fallen. Dire's middle tower is under
They move in on the tier 3 mid.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Racks are gone bottom. The Racks looking like a problem over mid as well. The Snowball's going to come out on a Yang. He was looking for the Ink Swell as well as Blink, and now they've got him walk up with the Omni Touch coming out, but that's going to go over to the backline. Spade's going to actually eat most of that, and gets away! He gets away with the Rolling Boulder! He makes an escape, and the Omni Slash doesn't even get a kill here! That's how weak you are right now, Aster! You have absolutely nothing here! You have 0! You lose! You win nothing in this game 1 because they are chasing you down into the base. They got the Dream Coil coming out again. XSS and Sylar on their own with the Blade Fury to make sure that he doesn't get stunned up when the vacuum comes through. Bulbaka, XSS, everybody gone. They'll take Sylar. No, he survives with his life. He kills off Yang, but GG is called by Aster, and Vici take game 1. This is what happens when you give open lanes to cores. This is what happens when you don't make sure that Yang doesn't have a game. He's the highest net worth. He's 7-1-14, and nobody could stop him. Absolutely nobody could stop him, and they were going to put him to the 4. You've got to be kidding me. In what right and sane mind are you thinking to move this man to the 4 position and fade 3-3 and 20? We're gonna trap you for aggressive. What are you doing? What are you thinking? This is the lineup. This is the Vici that is gonna win you the minor. And they take game 1 over Team Aster. Wire to wire. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And Vici take game 1 in such an easy fashion. That's it. We're going to be back with game 2. I'm your caster BCop at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting. We'll be back in just a second. That's ridiculous. replacing those guys.